Hey everybody, AJ here. I'm going to be doing a little review on the cloud here. The cloud is has another name. It's also the storm. Um, and this is what this device looks like. It is stainless steel construction. We'll pull the top here. The device has really deep juice wells, 2 screws on the deck, and knurled nuts on the center pin, the center post. Okay, it has a reduced top cap. The chamber in this is very small. It has a removable drip tip. It has a removable drip tip. And this outer ring, I'm going to try to get this off. It's going to take me a second probably to get this off. It's slippery, stainless steel. And it'll take me a second here. Almost there. This is the airflow control. It's got a big slot here, and it's got holes. It's got one hole there if you wanted to go with very little airflow, and then it's got on either side, it's got 3 holes. Some people drill the holes out to get even more airflow. I have not found that necessary to do, so I am not going to show you one that is drilled out. Now this device, I am going to build this device here. I do not have the best camera setup, so you're going to have to watch it in step-by-step here. There are lots of videos showing this how to build coils. This is 26 gauge Kanthal I'm going to be using, and I'm going to do a 5 wrap. We're going to do a very long. These are let me tell you the size of the drill bits I'm using. They are 5/64ths, so you know the diameter of the drill bit I'm using. And this is just for instructional purposes to show how this device performs. This is not to show you how to build a coil or the different types of coils. This is just going to show you how this device performs, how I set up the wicking inside of it, and how well it performs. 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I am going to do a second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can build either vertical or horizontal, or not fully horizontal, but you will see they're going to be at a slight angle. And see how they perform. Actually, I think I will build the vertical coils in here. So this is my coil. So you can see my coil here on this. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to straighten this all out in a minute. Once we get it on the device, we're going to heat these up and crimp them and get them nice and tiny. I am just going to put the drill bit down into the well. Oops. I could show you this. I am going to lay the drill bit down into the well and then tighten the pin, to the deck screw first. Sorry about that. So that's just, that is now tightened onto the deck. This one is just going to get wrapped around like that until we go to tighten down the other one. Okay, I'm actually going to snip the excess wire off of this. I'm just going to snip this off right at the top there of that nut. Get rid of that. Move on to the second one. It's my second coil. I mean, I have been building coils for a while now, well over a year. And I have built a lot of coils. I enjoy building coils. Of course, when I first started, I didn't enjoy it. Believe me, it was an arduous task. Every single build was hell until I got the knack of it. And then once I got the knack of it, it became much more simpler, and it's almost it's almost something I just can do without even thinking about now. I like to leave my drill bits in there till I tighten everything down. To me, it helps support the coil a lot better and stops stops it from deforming during the tightening process. So we're almost at the point. I'm just going to cut off this leg here on the deck of the second coil. And then I have this, and I am just going to start tightening this down by hand. And then I am going to get my pliers, and I am going to tighten it the rest of the way. Now, you want to tighten this very slowly. You don't want to compress your wires and cut them, which can happen at times. So I've got this tightened down. I'm just going to straighten them up. I'm going to pull them away from the center pin. And you can see they're offset a little bit, but it doesn't matter. But they're both one's offset to one, they're symmetrical. And now I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to cut these, the wires at the top. Be careful that you don't cut your leg and that you're cutting the extra piece. Dispose of these little wires. I always dispose of the little wires because they are a pain in the neck. Now I am going to fire these coils. Hopefully it's tightened down correctly. Let's see. I might have to pull the top pin and reset it on the, yeah. Okay. Just got to set the height of the top pin. Okay. Okay, so you see those coils are firing. Now I'm going to just compress these ever so slightly, like this. I'm going to fire them again. I'm going to compress. Fire. Compress. Fire. Compress. Very easy. Very simple. And one is heating up a little bit faster than the other, but they are both heating up nicely from the middle out, and that is sufficient. That is sufficient. Show this here. Come on. Show the build from the top, from the sides. Now, if something's a little off, you can just put your bit back in there and straighten it out. Do whatever you want with it. If you don't like the way it looks, you can straighten it out a little and work on the arc of the wraps. Whatever you want to do, you can do by just replacing the drill bit back in. Okay. Just going to smash this down again. And we'll get this one again. And we're ready to put in the cotton. If I can find the cotton. What did I do with the cotton? Okay. I got plenty of cotton. I'm just going to use organic cotton. I do not boil it. I'm just going to take a strip of organic cotton off of this. I'm just going to take a piece off of this. I'm going to get it going so that it's comes to a point on one end, and I get a point. I fold that point over so that I can get it, so I have a nice blunt piece that's going to go down into that hole through the coil, and then I'm going to grab it. So I pushed it down through the hole, and now I'm just going to reach in there and grab it. And I am not good with the camera, but as you can see, I've grabbed that. And now I am just going to hold this end, and I am going to turn a little so that I can pull it through. And I am going to pull it through, in this case, about a ½ an inch to an inch. And I am going to clip off the twisted end. And that is going to get tucked back into that well. See, there's the well on this side. Okay. And I am going to tuck this into the well, just like this. That's all there is to that. It gets tucked into the well. You push it underneath there so that this is, the cotton is in that well. And I'm going to cut off this piece here because I'm going to wrap the top piece coming from the top back into the well also. I'm going to trim this back. I do not use a lot of cotton in my builds. That's just, I try to use just enough. And that's how that looks. Let me take it off autofocus. And that is how that looks with the cotton in place. And now I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Make sure you lock your device during this phase. You do not want it to fire. You will burn your cotton and ruin it. So I'm going to do the same exact thing I did on the other side. Grabbing that tail, twisting the cotton so that it goes through. You have to find the balance of the pull and the twist so that you don't tear it. Alrighty, there we go. I'm going to trim this. And I'm going to push this under. And I'm going to trim it a little more. I should have taken the autofocus off while I was doing this process so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And then this piece is going to get wrapped down around here and up into that piece. I'm going to just trim this back. And then this just goes down in here. There's a lot of cotton. For me, it's going to swell anyway once you get it wet. It's going to super saturate. And now I have my other coil side, so now you can see both coils are wicked. Here's the one side, and here is the other side. All of these straggling little pieces of cotton will be taken care of once we wet it down. The name of the company that I got these from, I will be posting the name of the company. It is, let me tell you. It is iCloud SIG. And I will be posting their Alibaba page as well as the contact information of the person that I deal with there. Let's see what I'll put on this. I am going to put on some chocolate cranberry from the Ghetto line at Venerable Vaping. And I'm just wetting the cotton down here. On this model, you just wet it all around. I like to get it right on the coil and down into these juice wells, which do hold a lot of juice. And there is a lip here, so you have some overflow protection. And then I like to do a little burn off to get the cotton broken in. Let me tell you the ohms of this thing. Should have done that already. Well, came out very high, actually, 2.5 ohms, it's saying. Okay. I don't know why this won't read it. The joys of live videos, brought to you by AJ. Ah, 0.7. There we go. And that is not a low ohm coil. Let's see how this performs. So this is a 0.7 ohm coil. It's on a copper Nemesis. I've got a Sony VCT5 30 amp battery in here, operating at 0.7 ohms on the coil. Now, my air conditioner is blowing a little bit in the room. But you could see at 0.7 ohms, this device is chucking out the vapor. Okay? Gonna load her back up again. It's delivering really good flavor. I've really saturated this wick down here. I'll show you that I've saturated this wick down. It's saturated now. Make sure you line up your holes by the coil. You want to do that. Spilled some when I tilted it. Nice dense vapor. Really, really nice flavor. This device is a phenomenal buy. It comes with a lot of extra. It comes with a piece of cotton. It comes with a nice hunk of really thick silica. I'd say that's 3 millimeters. It comes with a little screwdriver and a bunch of O-rings and screws. 4 screws and I don't know, four O-rings of all different sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 O-rings altogether, I believe, are in there. It comes actually with some pre-built coils for the lazy people like me. And it also comes with a piece of Kanthal wire. So you get everything you need to get going here in this kit. It comes with a drip tip. So this device, a lot of these higher-end devices don't come with drip tips. This one does come with a drip tip. And it functions great. I would say this can be built down much lower than this, of course, but I really don't prefer that hot of a vape myself. I prefer a 0.4 and up build on my devices. But you could take this, probably build this much lower. You could use twisted 26 or 28 gauge, and do a 5 or 6 wrap with that, and bring it down even lower than probably the 0.3 very easily. And because of the way this is set up, wrapping the coil wires around these nuts and the knurled nuts on the top and the screws on the bottom of the deck, it's very simple to do.